welcome to Team Building Exercise Season 2. Yeah, Jack, Rob, and Coach made it through all the factions, and they still came back for more. So this time, they're doing elite lists. I wouldn't want to play any elite people, but what do I know? Alright, the next elite list being covered are the Elite REBS. Am I the only one who finds Nikolovsky hot? Just me? I mean, she's not a Hulk, but okay then.
Welcome to another episode of Team Building Exercise. This one is second season, episode 6, Elite REBS. I'm Rob.
And I'm Jack.
And I'm Coach.
And we're here to talk REBS. Reb. Are we all prepared for this list? I have a feeling that a lot of our troops are going to be similar.
I don't know.
We'll see. Jack, please start us off. What do you have for these REBS?
Well, let me just clear my and get ready. I don't want any distractions. I want to be prepared.
No interruptions, right, Jack?
I don't want a single interruption. This is important. So, for leaders, he said pensively.
You're gun shy now.
I am. Someone's ringing a bell and my stomach's watering.
Your stomach's watering?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, Adrian Nikolovsky. It's the only choice you got. So, Coach, why don't you do the honors and tell us about her splat and all about her. That's the way this show operates.
Yep. Well, Adrian Nikolovsky is awesome. 28 points, 4 victory points. Heavy on the victory points, but 28 points is very affordable. She has a move of 1-2, armor 1, and size 1. 4 shoot, 5 fight, 4 survive, which is very nice. 4 survive is very nice. Tac 1. She has the dual needle pistol, which is a range 2 toxic. What do you guys think about toxic? I can't stand toxic.
I think as a fan of the Veerman, is it a delight?
Well, all right. So let me preface the question by prefacing the question that what do you think about toxic as in a weapon, and which is you could turn around and shoot it or stab somebody with it, and you can take down a size 4 model.
I think it's a little powerful for that, right?
Right. Okay. Or the smoke screen, which you have to shoot and kind of maneuver and get it all in there, especially like the Asterians or now the Veerman. It's not a guarantee. It could scatter, it could miss, it could all that stuff. It's finicky. So, I'm talking about toxic, not smoke screen, but toxic on a weapon. Like the dual needle pistol. She has range 2 toxic.
Luckily, it's only range 2, but yeah, that's pretty powerful, especially if you're going to go up against stage 1 or something. You can kill him.
One shot.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's you have to know that she has it, or else it's a real unpleasant surprise. And if you really had an open line of sight on her, you would have to hit her from afar. And if you got close enough, that range 2, it doesn't work against vehicles or constructs. So you might hope to get like a, I don't know, something.
Strider or something.
Yeah, something.
Well, I mean, that's going to kill your nightmares, your teratons, the plague teratons, like you said, stage 1, the aberrations, all that stuff in one shot. Or even, you think about it, peacekeepers, the Forge Father, Forge Guard, stuff like that, even leaders and stuff. So, I don't know. Toxic to me is very, very powerful. I think a little...
At least it's only on her, though. It's not like she can give that out as a weapon. If that was in their weapon list, I think that'd be overpowerful. But if it's only on the leader, you're putting her out there to range 2. You're putting a lot of hope that she'll be able to get into line of sight with somebody. And I think it's more of a defensive weapon. You don't want to go at her with a big guy because you know that she's just going to shoot you on the way there, kind of thing.
Right. Well, the thing is too with her, she's taking the magma lance, which is a little different than the Saphir Lancer magma lances. Hers is the magma lance. They have the Mata magma lance. Her range is 6, AP 2 with a hollow sight. She's got a 4-up shoot. That's pretty sweet, man.
Yeah, that hollow sight too. Yeah. She's a half sniper, half murderer at close range. So
Right, and armor 1, save of 4. It's just pretty durable. Pretty durable. And the fight of 5, which is not, it's not what we all want. We all want 4s or less, but
still not bad. She's not a 6.
Push comes to shove, man. That's pretty good.
At first glance, I thought, well, her splat is pretty trash. So arming her like they have, it makes sense. Like you give and take to.
Yeah, the splat's pretty much the secondary. Please, Coach, describe the splat.
All right, so her splat is special delivery. The survey drone gains the Boom 3 ability until the end of the round. This does not count as an action. So basically, if you don't take any survey drones, you have basically just hamstring your own list. You want to go over what Boom is?
Sure.
All right, so Boom 3, when a model with this ability is killed, they explode. So,
but they can also choose to set it off, too.
Right. Well, I didn't get to that yet, Rob.
Oh, is it in there? I thought that was the FAQ thing.
In addition, excuse me. In addition, the model may choose to trigger the explosion as a special action. Regardless of the cause, when the model explodes, treat it as a frag and explosion on page 29, that cube. Where is the value of Boom? So basically, it's a frag 3. So you throw the guys all over the place. It's rolling for damage. You don't have to roll to hit. So you think about it, it's a good ability, but it's a tough ability. It's like having a frag grenade, which is 6 points. So then
survey drone's 7 points, so it's more expensive. By survey drone,
but the survey
drone targeted. Yeah.
So hey, listen, I don't want to speak for you guys, but I think the three of us are not too crazy about it, and especially the survey drones. But
we'll get to that.
You can see where it fits in. And the last thing is she has a recon of 4, which is very good. So all in all, she's a pretty good leader, man. I like her. I like her a lot. Is it a he or she? Do we know?
We think it's a she. I think it's been decided she was a she.
Because I know the one from Star Saga, Kira. That's a girl, right?
Yeah, and I think somewhere it says her sister is Adrian Nikolovsky.
Because Adrian could be a dude's name too.
I don't think it's spelled this way either, though. I think that's the girl way of spelling it.
Okay. Either way, it's cool with me. I don't mind, but
maybe spheres don't have sexual orientations. So
they
please, Jack.
Asexual, maybe?
Yeah, that's right. Continue your list, Jack. What else you got in there? Or do you have anything to say about Nikolovsky before you move on?
My last thing is Adrian Palicki is very, 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 very affordable leader with a lot of nice tricks. So, and it's really too difficult to trash her too much. Like any other list would be happy to have her. As far as I'm concerned.
I think the only two negatives, and they're not that bad, is the 4 victory points and the special delivery. That's where I say it's. But other than that, everything is great.
Yeah, and that special delivery is a secondary thing compared to her weapons and to her shoot stat and stuff. So.
Right. I think if I roll the splat, I might just re-roll it.
Yeah, for sure.
So for troops, moving on to the troops. Now, having just played a game against Rob where he played Rebs, and he did have some of the troops that are available to us in this elite list. It did cloud my judgment a little bit. It did influence. And so for troops, I have 7 sphere launchers.
Wait. Sorry I was late. Jack?
Yes, Georgie, I'm glad you made it.
Jack, I don't know what to do anymore. You made a joke and you were saying that you didn't know Family of Gamers, but we've known you for years.
Yeah, Jack.
I believe Rob was the instigator of that particular tomfoolery and hijinks. But no, I do know what I do know what Family of Gamers 777 is on YouTube, and
I'm gonna bleep it here too.
No, Jack.
Yes.
I love you, but you're wrong.
Oh. I've never been told that before.
Yeah, I know. I'm disappointed too, but I could also blame Rob.
As you should.
So it's not Jack's fault; it's still Rob's fault.
Yeah, I guess. We'll blame Rob.
Yeah. I blame me too.
Yeah, you should.
Jack's totally innocent.
Jack is always innocent.
I would go as far to say that maybe not always, but in this instance, a little lighthearted, little jab, a little banter. That's all.
Yeah, and Rob, I'm annoyed at you too, but not, like usual, but I actually have a reason this time.
Okay.
And Jack was making a joke, and you ruined his joke. He was
About
trying to go
gamers?
along. Yeah, and then you had to say something, and you have to let the audience figure it out.
Well, otherwise they would have thought that we actually hated Third Sphere, and I tried not to cause strife amongst the community.
Are you referring to the fact that Rob told a joke, and then Jack... Wait, no, Jack told the joke, and then Rob had to explain it? Is that what you're talking about?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You don't explain a joke.
You're getting schooled in comedy lessons by a
goblin.
You don't explain a joke. Unless it's a really stupid joke.
It was a little stupid, though, wasn't it?
Ergo.
Okay, never again, Georgie, I promise.
You sure?
Probably.
What do I know? Excelsior!
So, Jack. Yeah, troops. You have troops, I hear?
7 Sphere Lancers.
Whoa.
Only 7? Jeez.
Yeah, that's 126 points of my army right there in...
Wow, Jack. Wow.
You went all out.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't think I'm alone. We've seen a spat of Dreadball teams picking up arms, Sphere Dreadball teams. The first person I ever saw do it was on the Gamer 777, who I know very well and very intimately, and I would never say the contrary. But after that, there was a ton of people doing it, and I can see why. It's a fantastic troop.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. With like I said, Rob had some in his list, and they were...
It's that AP2 on the weapon is very useful.
Right. So, but the only difference between, like I said, Adrian's and, the Severe Lances is the range. You get one less range.
Yeah.
So it's a range 5. So you got to move them up.
Yeah.
But really, it only means if they move up 1 square and you move up 1 square, it's not that bad. And honestly, when he moved his first one, I, for some reason, thought, oh, they're heavy. Like the weapon has heavy, so I'm safe. But they were running and gunning all over the place.
Yeah.
It was, and playing the Forge Fathers, the AP did come into play. And
it's funny. They have an AP2 weapon that's not heavy. The Forge Fathers don't even have that.
Well, it's a fantastic troop. I wouldn't say it's the best in the game, but certainly, whereas before, if I made a list, I would have had 3, 4. Now, and I think even as we were playing, Rob started to really get his sphere came alive. Instead of they'd set up a firing line of sorts, and then all of a sudden they were everywhere. They came alive. So,
and I only had 3 of them. You have 7 of them.
Yeah.
Now the only one drawback I see to them, there's only one drawback, is the 5 survive and they're 2 victory points.
And the 6 fight, because that's what got them killed in the end. Jack was able to get an Iron Ancestor on them just to keep punching them.
Yeah.
And that was the end of them. They killed a lot of guys before they died, but once the Iron Ancestor got onto them, it was over. They couldn't even escape because their survive so bad they couldn't even run away.
Right. Yeah. And the no armor either. So
it was just it was a beatdown.
Yeah, that's what you're paying the 2 victory points for. I think they're a decent troop, but that gun, that's worth the victory point in and of itself.
The 4 shoots really nice.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt either.
They are 18 points, so it's pretty expensive.
I don't know how they've come from out of the ocean and they're on land and they shoot better than other people with a 4-up, but I guess they've adapted.
Maybe their eyes are really good. That keen vision, their keen shark vision.
Yes.
Jack, do you have any specialists?
I do.
Do you have any more troops?
Yeah, do you have any more points?
Don't be a racist. He might have more troops.
Well, that's true.
That's some racist. So, yeah, that's it for my troops. Because, quite honestly, what else was there? Really, when you look, I'm not going to besmirch all the other troops. We haven't got there yet. You guys have your turn. But I moved down to the specialists. I took, because the Sphere Lancers have no armor and they don't fight very well, I needed a little bit of beef. I needed to give them something that could, step in if need be. So I took a Rebel Teraton for 30 points.
Boom.
This stock one with the hand flamer and the grenade launcher. A little bit of hand-to-hand, a little bit of muscle, brute force to keep everyone back for a little bit. And then I followed that up with inspiration from Coach's first Rebs list. I put a Reb sniper.
Did you go over the points? Or...
I took 3 Reb snipers.
No items, no ammos or anything?
No, nothing. That should be
199 or something.
That should be 200 on the dot.
That was really, you took 1 or 3 Rebel snipers?
Oh, just one.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I stepped on the joke. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. You're going to have to explain that to Georgie.
Yeah. So the Rebel Teraton, you don't need to. They come stock. They're perfect the way they are, man. I don't see them. I mean, what are you gonna give them? They have a the ceremonial blades are range F AP1. I don't know if you want to put something else on them, maybe something AP2 or whatever. But they have a 6-up shoot. But here's the thing, though: the grenade launcher and the hand flamer. The hand flamer, those weapons, they're auto hits because of you got to look back in the first FAQ. I don't know what offhand, but like especially the hand flamer, you just roll for damage. You're already getting it. Range 2 AP, it burns. Even with the nerf, it burns. It's still good.
So for an up close personal bodyguard of sorts, you can't complain. I would never have thought of changing it up. There's no reason. Yeah, and
now the teleport is a long action, but you're still going 3. You're still going 3, man. That's great.
And it gets you through any terrain that you might run into.
Yeah, well, terrain is, we laugh at terrain when you're a Teraton.
Yep, pretty good. Pretty lancy, pretty fishy. You got a lot of fish in this one.
Yeah, I had some lance in my pants.
Oh!
You have actually so many lancers? I don't think we can actually make this list. I don't think we have that many lancers.
With your Dreadball team, and we have Adrian, we have that model. No, you're right. I don't think that many people would be able to just whip that team up.
We have to modify. We have to buy another Dreadball team to modify up to make this list.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I hear from the Toronto area some weeping.
You can cry all you want because we know that. I mean, you're not coming here talking Dreadball. We're talking Deadzone. So. You want me to read the thing from the FAQ
about what?
How do I resolve an attack with a weapon that has frag but does not have grenade? Unlike a grenade, weapons such as an Enforcer's fusion gun, range 4, heavy 3, frag 3, does not need to roll to hit the target cube. Simply roll once for the strength of the frag, and then have each model in the target cube roll survive separately as described on page 29. So that's the grenade launcher.
Yeah.
So, and it's only one use, but I don't think I've ever, when I've used the Teraton, ever had to use like, oh man, I wish I could use it twice.
Yeah. You kind of shoot it in once and then teleport in.
Yep. And I remember I did that interview with them. I got to look. I don't know. I'm kind of second guessing myself, but I think the flamer, the hand flamer, has the same thing. But I'll double check that. I'm second guessing myself. But whatever. Yep. I've been kicked in the head a lot. So.
Well, we'll take a break for Coach to recover from his brain injuries, and
yes.
We'll be back with my list and then Coach's.
Enough of the list already. Now on to the commercials.
Quiet down, boys. I'm trying to listen to Deadzone the Podcast. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. My name is Hiroku, and I'm your friendly neighborhood Blake Lord. Why, yes, I do enjoy listening to Deadzone the Podcast at deadzonegame.podbean.com, even if it is hosted by two pathetic humans destined to be part of our glorious plague. Was that gunfire? Damned enforcers are always interrupting my podcast time. Don't forget to go to deadzonegame.podbean.com for all your Dead Zone listening pleasure. Now, to destroy these damnable enforcers.
All right. What's up? The award-winning team building exercise. Jack, Rob, and Coach coming back at you. So, as protocol, it is time for the Taskmaster's list. Hopefully it's different than Jack's. Let's see. What do you got, Rob?
Not much different than Jack's. It's very similar. It's he stole my list. That's what he did.
What?
Not really. It's close. Of course, I took Adrian Nikolovsky. I didn't take any drones, so yes, her splat will suck. But I was playing with that the rebel leader, whatever her name is, just the regular rebel leader. Doesn't come with a sniper rifle anymore. I just found out. I took her, and her splat was getting items, and we don't even play with items, so that really sucked. So I've already played it like that. It wasn't too bad.
You guys don't. I mean, I understand secret mission. You guys don't play with items?
No, it's a waste of time.
Wait a minute. What about those beautiful mod cubes?
I know, but we don't want to have to bother putting them all out on the board. It's just a waste of time.
You guys, we're gonna have to talk after this.
Well, you should get used to it. And so instead of 7 Sphere Lancers like Jack, because that's just insane, I took 5 Sphere Lancers.
Wow.
No items on any of them, just straight up AP2 weapons, and their 4-shoot is nice. Once again, we discussed that don't want to get them in a fight because they will get their asses kicked in a fight, but generally, really good. The only thing that would make them better is armor, and we don't need that.
We don't need your stinking armor.
So that's my main troops. That was discussed ad nauseum.
How many? How many did you take?
5. Just 5.
Okay.
So I took 5 of those guys, and then I took... like Jack, I took a Teraton because I thought I needed some hand-to-hand bodyguarding. And yes, I didn't change up their weapons. I used the normal hand flamer grenade launcher. I was thinking about giving them the flamer that's more uses, but then I was like, no, you're just going to run this guy up and punch people anyway, so
right.
No point wasting points there. And then to fill up my list, since I had more points than Jack did at this point, I didn't take 1. I didn't take 2. But I took 3 Rebel snipers.
Whoa, there you go.
2 of which have ammo, so you got an extra die for a couple of their shots. So, and that equaled to 200 points, 23 VPs. That's pretty heavy on the VPs, since a lot of these guys are multiple VPs. I don't know if I have any creature that's only 1 VP. No, they're all over 1 VP. They're all 2 or 3 VPs, or 4 for the leader. So it is expensive. As they die, you're going to be starting losing a lot of VPs, but generally, I think this would be a pretty nasty list. It's a lot of shooting, so you got the snipers and you got the Sphere Lancers. So, but the snipers are for the long range, Sphere Lancers middle range, and then Teraton for close range. I did play that game with Jack over the weekend, and in that list I had two of the Striders, and that was a nice addition. This list you can't take Striders, so I instead. Took the snipers, but maybe thinking back, I might get rid of 2 of the snipers and get a Teraton instead. But we'll discuss that kind of thing later. Get 2 Teratons running around.
Okay.
But Coach, please tell me you did something different than us, because we're boring. We're boring people who just take the same thing over and over again.
I wouldn't say boring, I'd say predictable.
That's true. Predictable is true.
So I did something different, and I decided to take Adrian Nikolovsky as a leader.
Well, that's good. Good start.
Yes. All right. And then with the troops, I took 4 Rebel troopers.
Oh.
Okay.
And then I took 3 Sphere Lancers. The reason being is because not only with Adrian and the Lancers, I have 4 altogether. You know, you think about it that way. I wanted to focus on the REBS. The specialists, REB specialists. So I took 2 survey drones because I don't want the splat to go to waste. But there's a reason why, and I'll tell you why in a second. Then I took 2 Rebel snipers. 2 Rebel snipers.
Not 10.
11. So then what I did was I took 2 Rin Nomads.
Ooh.
And I gave each of them a defender shield.
Oh.
So now, how the hell did the 2 of you guys not take defender shields?
I just ran out of points.
I was going to ask Rob because he modeled up his Saphir with defender shields, and I thought for sure. And then he just moved on to the specials. Okay, well, economically maybe it wasn't feasible, but
yeah. Well, you can even throw them on 2 of your snipers or throw them on 2 of your lancers if you really wanted.
Yeah, the defender shields are always great. It's a good choice. It's just expensive, that's all.
Yeah, well, it's 5 points. So now for 22 points, think about it. I gave it to the Rin Nomad. So for 22 points, I'm 1 to 2 move. They have a shoot of 4 with the twin pistols, way to fire 1. So they're going to have to be close, right? They got a 5 fight, but they have frenzy 1 because of the blades. The twin knives. There's no AP on them. But now they're armor 2. So for 22 points and only 2 victory points, not terrible. Not terrible. Little bit like close to a assault enforcer.
Yeah, that's the way to go for sure.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, wow, I like this a lot. And me and Andrew were talking about it. And he's like, oh, the last time I took a Rin Nomad, it didn't work. This and that. I said, yeah, but you got to try it again. You can't, just.
Bad luck happens.
Once, plus, and then I told him, plus that game, you were rolling, rolling worse than hot dice, so you really can't chalk that up to that. But I think and then I said, but if you give him a shield, they're armor 2. Oh, wait a minute. So then he's, I could see the wheels start spinning. So, and then I did say the 2 Rebel snipers. So that's it. So I went with 6 specialists, 7 troops, 1 leader, 200 points, sands, excessive snipers. And that's,
you're going to say about the drones. You said you're going to save that till later?
Yeah, so 2 things with the drones. They do count as a friendly model in combat. So with the Rin Nomad, they can kind of let's say they're in combat, the Rin survives or whatever. The drone can kind of move in and just give them an extra dice for an extra guy in the cube with them. And also, the defender shield will give the survey drone armor 1.
Oh, that's right, because it helps everybody in the square. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of those. That's a real finesse thing. It's not gonna come easy. It's gonna take a lot of planning to do that. But I like that. I'm not a big fan of the survey drones in general. I think they should have spotter. I think they should have a few better things. But it's not too terrible, And then they can actually pick up items and run them off the board, or they can go off the board. The only thing is too with the survey drones, they are 0 VPs. So basically, they're like if you have the splat, that's the thing too. You have to have the splat. You have to have them in the right position. You have to move them all over the place. But everything's got to line up for them to work. So they're like a grenade, but not really. They're a little bit better. So for 1 extra point, that's not terrible. Other than because a frag grenade is 6.
And like you say, you can use them in combat to help your Rins or I guess that's the only people who are going to get in a fight.
Yeah.
Why'd you go for troopers instead of more lancers?
Because it wouldn't work out.
Oh, just price wise, yeah. Because you went for so many. Okay, that makes sense.
I went for more of them. So like if I would have took out, because I have 6 and I have 7 troops. So if I take out, let's say I take out 2 troopers, it's 14 points, and the Saphirs are 18. So it wouldn't work. I would have to take out a drone or something like that. And then I figured, just for the sake of the show, you guys were going to max out the Lancers. So, and I knew you guys were going to take the Teratons. I knew it.
Yeah.
The Teratons, the Teratons are like a trusty old. That's like when you get sick, that blanket you just put over yourself. It always just works. It always just feels right.
Yeah, but I noticed they die quickly though.
Well, they're big targets.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're having to use them, then they soak up a lot of shots.
Yeah, and if they get suppressed, then they got to get up and they can't teleport.
Yeah. Because
now it's a long action, so they still have. If you stand up, they still have a 1 to 2, but the real beauty of them is the teleport.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones you got to teleport somewhere that they can hide and then they like pop out later on, or like I like when the sniper's in the he's in like a tower and you go on the bottom thing and just teleport up there and hey, what's up?
Isn't that what happened to you, Jack? Or someone? Was it you in the tournament last year that happened to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It was a Teraton that went up in Goblin Snipers. Let's just say it was a disaster. It was Bill Foreman treating me like his like a underage concubine. It was an unpleasant experience for each and every one of those 3 snipers. But the addition of the troopers that you used. Now Rob took when we were playing. The troopers weren't dangerous per se, but every time there was an opening that was made by his sniper or by the Lancers, they would just like kind of squeeze in and take up places. They were just there were so many of them, and they were just always there, and they're pretty capable. They served a purpose. They were filling in spots where I needed to be.
What's that? The regular troopers?
Yeah,
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah. You know what? They're not bad either. You think about it. Just for a regular troop, 1 to 2, 0 armor, size 1, 5 shoot, 6 survive, 6 fight. All right, you don't want to get them in a fight, and if they get shot, they're probably going to die. But they're 7 points, 1 VP,
and rapid fire too.
And you have rapid fire, which I hardly ever use.
But at least you have that choice to suppress areas.
And they shoot on a 5.
Yeah.
And their rifles are range 6.
Yep. Yeah, they were good. Yeah. Like I don't know if they ever killed a dwarf, but they definitely got up there and caused some havoc for them, enough to distract him from other things. So, but they're actually pretty good for they're so cheap that like you don't care if you lose one, like you're just throwing them away. So they're good for taking objectives or.
Yeah, well, that's why I took 4 of them. So if they're all going to die, but if they do, it's 4 victory points. Now, if my 3 Lancers die, I'm giving up 6 victory points.
Yeah. That's where it gets expensive pretty quick.
Yeah.
Once again, in that game we played, until the last round, I was beating it pretty soundly, but then Jack started killing those Lancers, and all of a sudden, I think they ended up being 15-21 or something like that. He caught up a lot just because he killed all my expensive stuff. So it does add up really quick, and in a few extra rounds, he might have been able to get past me in that way with those high-value targets.
Yeah.
But we'll come back from this break, and then we'll discuss the things we didn't take and also general ideas about this list. I do have some general things I would like to talk about.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Yeah, all right, enough already. Now on to the commercials. Oh man, that was a good roll.
Hey Georgie, what are you watching?
Oh, I'm just watching a video on Family of Gamers 777 on YouTube.
What kind of videos are on their channel?
They have hobby videos, live streams, Deadzone and Warpath battle reports, and tons of other great stuff.
Oh cool, I have to check them out.
Remember, that's Family of Gamers 777 on YouTube, the hub for all things miniature wargaming.
So Georgie, what's your favorite video on their channel?
I love them all so much. To pick just one, what do I know?
And welcome back to the team building exercise, the award-winning team building exercise.
Yes.
And so we just did our lists. We checked them twice. We found out we were both naughty and or nice. Traditionally,
I like the Christmas theme. That was nice.
Tis the season, young Robert. Tis the season. So traditionally, we move on to what we didn't take. So Rob, you have a list ahead of you. What is it we did or did not enjoy the company of this Christmas season?
We definitely did not. We have a lot of things we didn't take, so it's going to be a long list. But I'll read them off right now, and then we'll discuss them all separately. Okay?
Do them in alphabetical order.
Okay, I'll start. I'll do them in reverse alphabetical order. How's that sound?
Okay.
We didn't take the Z's, and that's it. We took everybody else.
That's why I said start in alphabetical order. You went in reverse.
Because it's a Z. The Z is no VPs, which is the only good thing about it. It's got Scavenger, which is fine. You can pick up 3 items and hold 3 items. But generally 7 fight, 6 survive, 7 fight, 7 shoot. And they're specialists. They're only 6 points, but they're specialists. Why would anybody take these? That is my question. Please tell me, either of you, why would anybody take a Z?
Just to bewilder your opponent.
Confuse them into winning?
Because they come in the packet.
You're forced to because that's all the models you have?
You know what, though? In a list like this, where you have Lancers, Snipers, Teratons, Nomads, like what the...
Dead giveaway.
You know why? It doesn't make sense.
Unless you're playing a game with specialty rules, like a campaign that's specially written. Okay, your forces are separated. It's a scavenging mission, and it would be a very long laundry list of ifs and buts, candy and nuts, before you'd be able to use them properly.
I'll tell you what, though, the survey drone could pick up stuff, and they move at a 2-3, and they're 1 point extra. I mean, they don't fight or shoot, but I mean, they have and they are constructs, so you can try to blow them up, but it doesn't matter. They can't get blown into another cube or anything like that. So, it's they're pretty. Listen, I'm not too crazy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a big fan of survey drones, but I'll take 10 survey drones over a Z.
And survey drones aren't beasts, eh?
Nope. No, that's the whole point. They could pick up stuff.
Strange, with no arms and.
Well, it's they have the little arm that comes out. Yours don't have those on the bottom. You didn't get those, Rob?
They have a little laser at the bottom, which they can't shoot. So kind of makes sense.
No, that's the old model that used to have spotter.
I did always assume that was a camera. Like even when I first looked at it, I went, "Oh, it's a survey. It's right in the name. Like that. That's obviously some sort of optical array to me." And
I was.
Why aren't survey drones troops? If they were troops, this list would make a hell of a lot more sense to me, because then you could really use those splats.
Yeah. What the explanation I got is that you could take the survey drones as troops, and they're so cheap that you're going to take a lot of specialists. But my argument was they're the same price as a trooper. So and the thing is they were saying that the survey drones are really powerful and they're really good. So, I was asking about that, and I didn't get a clear-cut answer, but I'm trying to figure it out. I guess I'll figure it out on my own. But that was the answer, that the survey drones are still good, and they're like they're the underused, really good troop in Deadzone that people aren't using, and more people should.
They're not a troop. That's a problem.
I'm sorry. It's my fault. Unit. I mean, like a model. So
I think that is ridiculous, since they have no way to fight. The only way that makes them useful is to use Nikolovsky so she can blow them up.
Right.
So you'd be losing them and losing those. They're no VPs, but make them one VP and make them a troop.
Well, you're talking about a regular reb list, not this list, right?
Or this list, because you know how in some of the elite lists that some of the specialists are troops. Why not make? I guess the Sphere Lancer in this one is usually a specialist. Right?
Yeah. I'd rather take a Lancer as a troop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. But give survey drones give more options, right? Lancers are good, but they're expensive. But you can take 2 survey drones and have them running around, and you could blow them up, but they're one use. So you give them make them one VP in a troop. So you're losing a VP every time they explode.
Right.
You have to take people with you. It would give you more options with this list. Right now, there's not many options. Like you found a way to get other options, but generally, what me and Jack did is I think what you take.
But also, I think if you take they take them as troops, you'd have to give them one VP. Like you said.
For sure. I think they should be one VP.
Yeah, they couldn't be no VP. It's like like taking the zombies.
Which are troops.
Right. That whole argument. Yeah.
But I don't think anything in the game should be 0 VP. So
no, I don't think so either.
Now, follow along with this little bit of logic. I'm going to take you down a garden path of sugar plum fairies here.
Oh, I love when we go down the path with Rock. Go ahead, Jack.
My thought was why we take a Z, and I eventually lingered on a Z carrying a defender shield. Not because it'd be practical, but because he couldn't see through the lie slot, so you have to model him with
his head peeking around the outside.
You could actually put it sideways, and you wouldn't see him,
like a little wall. So much like an elf on the shelf, him just like leering behind his shield amused me. But then I thought, is there any reason a survey drone couldn't carry a defender shield?
Nope. They're not beasts. They can have items. You can give a survey drone a defender shield.
Yeah, they're just construct and they have agile.
Ridiculous. I want to see someone mod that up, please. Someone.
You have those little Kirby arms holding a defender shield.
Right. So I added nothing to the show. Don't get me wrong. I
you did. You brought the ridiculousness to it, Jack.
Yeah. But I did just want to, like, my mind had wandered, and I wanted to lead you. I wanted to take you by the hands and lead you along the yellow brick road.
Yeah, it's kind of silly.
Is there anything from the Rebs that this list doesn't have that you wish it did, like Teratons, or not Teratons, Striders, or what else would they have that they don't have in here?
You know, I think the whole point of an elite list is what she did here. She made she gave a little depth to the survey drones, and Lancers became troops. And this list, you could take defender shields. So, you know, I don't know.
No.
Defender shields aren't a usual item for Rebs?
Rebs, I don't think so.
But as a
no, they're not. Wow, I never even thought about that.
You know, that in and of itself is pretty good. You know,
yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Well, originally,
they take energy shields, but not defender shields.
Right, but you remember, Rob, in Jack, remember when we were playtesting version 2? We got like the last version of it. You know, the before the book came out. And the Rebs had defender shields all the way up to like the final cut.
And they decided they're just too powerful.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, that was before I was on the rules committee. So, you know, I don't understand that. But, you know, I mean, those are 3 things. The Lancers blowing up the drones, and then the defender shields are 3 really cool things here. So, you know, now if you add a Strider, now it doesn't become an elite list. Elite list should be, more of a theme. Right. You know what I mean? It kind of has a theme. And this to me seems like she's a little bit more of a mobile thing, like a mobile unit. They move around pretty good. They got decent firepower. You know, you got some AP in here. If you want a combat monster, I think the Rin Nomad, I mean, I'm not patting myself on the back, but giving him a defender shield and doing that is pretty good. If you want to, you know, I don't know if you want to give the, Rin Nomad like ceremonial blades for 5 points for an AP to make him a combat beast, you could do that. But just in general, you know, I really, out of all the lists, I mean, compared to like the one we did last time, I was very happy to do this one.
Marauders was a slog. That's a list that really needs to be flipped on its head and shaken a little bit. Yeah, but this, I would say, of all the elite lists that have like a real winning potential, but also a good theme, I think this one's up in the top.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think this is one of the better ones for sure.
Well, you think about it. All right. So now, if you're going to go, you guys went Teratons, I went Rin. You have a decent fighting unit. You want to blow some stuff up. Let's, you know, like you were saying, Iron Ancestor. Well, you got AP2 here. You're knocking off two points. You take a Strider. That's you're knocking off two armor. You know, that's nothing to sneeze at. You got snipers who, even though, all right, so you have no AP, but you get, you know you're going to put them up. I mean, everybody puts their snipers up so that you'll be above. You're going to get 6 dice shooting at a 4+. I mean, that's just. I usually say weight of fire because before it was weight of fire, but like you're going to have weight of dice. You're shooting 6 dice at a 4+. That's pretty damn good. Chances of an 8 jumping in there. That's good, man. I mean, the survey drone, I don't dig them too much, but with the splat, it's not too bad. Troopers, you know, they're solid, man. 5 shoot. They're your stage 3s. They're your marauders. You know, they're just 7 points, man. You could fill out, you know, let's say you take 10 of them for 70 points. You could take 10 specialists. I mean, it won't work out numbers wise, but you know what I mean. You could max out
a lot of options at least.
Yeah. So, you know, and the Rebs are diverse, and I mean, if you guys want to, you know, pull back the curtain a little bit, the Rebs in the future are going to have just so much more options. You know, that's the heat of contention right now. Of like, how do you make the Rebs but more and better? And they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in I wouldn't say in the near future, but very soon.
Just because you can add all those Dreadball races. There's so many Reb Dreadball races.
Right.
4-armed guys, centaurs, like there's all these guys.
Well, the unincorporated. Those guys. I mean, they're just that's just like such fertile ground for awesome stuff.
Awesome
really,
sauce, I think is the word you're looking for.
There you go. Well, you guys are Canadian, so you say that stuff.
So 2 years ago, some precocious young man stood up and said to Ronnie that the Rebs sucked. And that little rapscallion, you're saying, I think right now that the Rebs are pretty good, but you're saying maybe next year at Adepticon, some precocious young man might stand up and go, "Why are the Rebs too powerful?"
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know by that Adepticon, but you know what's crazy? You think about we're going to go to that the next Adepticon, and that's 3 years ago when that was asked.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you think in such a short time that the Rebs are actually pretty good.
The whole game has morphed. There's been a lot of change.
Very different game since then. Yeah.
Oh, but all right. So now that we're going down the garden path because Jack led us there. Mm-hmm. How much better do you think Deadzone is now? And I will preface this with another question. Remember when version 2 came out and a lot of us were very excited, but you had those guys like version 2 sucks, and I'm going to I shall continue to play version 1. What do you think of that? And have you ever said, you know what? Let's get some cards out and let's do version 1. You ever get that, or you just don't look back? I mean,
Jack does like version 1 a lot, but I don't look back.
It's not the cards that was me personally. The cards wasn't an issue. I remember people saying, "Oh, we paid for this, we paid for that," and I can see it to a small degree, but the game has changed into something else. I can't say one's better or one's worse. It is almost an entirely different game at this point. It's mutated, so not even penicillin could stop it now.
I think the best way to say it was because, all right, the three of us, I mean, I loved version 1. You guys know how much I liked version 1, right? I mean, you guys had the same love for version 1 that I did.
Oh yeah.
Right. And when they said we're gonna streamline it, we're gonna make it better, I just don't mess with my game. That was, we were all like on pins and needles. And then I remember doing the interview with Ronnie, we were talking about it, and he's like, I know what I'm doing. I've been in this business a while, this and that. And I said I had to admit that I was nervous, but I was skeptical and nervous, but the end result was very, very good. And I like the way it's going. The guys on the rules committee are very dedicated to this. So, if something comes out you don't agree with, that's okay. But you got to think that we're not just like Yosemite Sam shooting at the hip with these things. A lot of this, I mean, there's discussions of stuff. Like we're talking about the nameless now. You got to see the ideas going back and forth, and we streamline it, play it, and then it's a final product, and it's not perfect. But you know what? If it's 85%, that's pretty good. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, and the best thing about it is all these new things are happening. You're doing the mercenaries over again to make them playable. You're adding the name lists. You're fixing all the old lists. You're always adding new stuff to the old lists.
And then
ongoing process.
All the Star Saga guys, they're all coming in. Everything. If you got Star Saga, Star Saga is just, you know what that is? That's like the minor leagues for Deadzone. That's like the recruiting ground for Deadzone. That's really what it is. And we only got. I mean, you guys got yours, right?
Yeah, we got ours. Yeah.
Yes, so did I. It's funny because we were like, "No, I'm going to get it."
Yeah, we had a race to see who'd get it last, and we tied. We got it same time.
We both got it the same day.
Like I think at the same time too. Like we both came home and it was there. Like
yeah. My I was driving home and I was talking to my wife, and she's like, "Oh, there's someone at the door," and I was like, "All right, quick, get a bat." And she's like, "Oh no," she checked and she goes, "Oh, it's Mr. Postman." And I was like, like my heart started to beat.
I
and
love Mr. Postman.
I was like, she's like, "Oh, you got a package," and then you hear, let me see. I hear Andrew in the background. It's got Mantic tape on it. I said, "Oh, okay, great. And I knew it wasn't a crazy box because I didn't order the crazy box this year, but I was waiting for Star Saga. But yeah, just think about it. all that cool stuff in Star Saga, you're going to be able to use in Deadzone. And then if you want all those expanded missions, and you can create your own missions. Say, Jack, you want to play a Star Saga mission? All right. You want to use all Veermen? Well, you could use the Veermen that you have to throw into Star Saga. Like you could create your own mission. So it's very exciting. It's very exciting. And, you guys said it on Deadzone. You said it best, that if you can go from Star Saga to Deadzone to Firefight to Warpath to Dreadball and back around, and it's the universe with a bunch of different games. I mean, who's got it better than that, man? Life is getting better.
Yeah. And this next year is a lot of new stuff coming, and it is going to be the year of Deadzone, so people should be excited.
And also, you guys know about the book coming out in next year, right?
It's been finally announced, the official book collecting all the rules together again.
Right. So it's that you're going to have new missions, all the stats will be in one place. I mean, we already have all the stats, but now you have it in a nice new place. The FAQ is going to be a PDF all the time, so you can always refer back to that. It's like a living document. And as of today, if you guys, I don't know if you guys noticed, the official PDF for the Veerman came out. The official PDF. There was like 3 changes in it, but
that's why Battlescribe was giving me a hassle, and I was okay.
The only, what it is, one of the things was the Broodmother's splat, the feral inspiration. When she dies and you roll a splat, what happens? So now wherever she dies, she kind of emits her hormones and the scent from there. And if you have a splat, you'll get the frenzy from that one place. So you could turn her upside down and put a token there, because we didn't want it to be where the splat becomes, you can't use the splat after she's gone. So, because it's so situational. So she dies on the spot, and that's like the inspiration to them to keep the fighting on. That's when you get the frenzy. So that was one of the big changes. That came through playtesting though. That was, when we did Triton, that really came up. That was Daria was she's like, I lost my Broodmother, and then now I rolled splats, and I re-rolled, and I got more splats. That needs to be fixed, and that's where kind of like the turning point it hit. So, so like we said, we're really trying to make Deadzone better, and I think we're doing an okay job. We don't get them all right, but knowing that the rules committee is committed to making this just better, and the game is awesome as it is. So let's just, if to make it better is the way it should be.
More better.
Well,
I think that wraps this team building up.
Whoa! We got one more thing to take care of.
What's that?
What are we doing next?
Well, there's only one left.
Who gets the pick? Rob, let me read.
There's a system here.
Right.
The taskmaster will be taskmastered by these.
Right.
By the system master.
We will follow the rules that the taskmaster has graciously given us.
There's
Come
a
on down
protocol
from
to
high.
this.
Yes. Right? Because the gun is good. Remember that. So now, we have left is the plague. Now, whose turn is the pig? Is it mine?
Yours.
I think it is yours, yep.
Oh, man. All right. I got it. All right. I guess we're going to have to go with the plague.
Elite Plague. Oh, good choice. There's a long list of things we could have done, but good choice.
Yes. So Jack,
Yes.
how did it get to a point where we were not going to do season 2 unless there was a plague, because we were going to do season 2 on the protest if there was not on a plague elite list, and then we finally get a plague elite list and we're doing it last?
I don't know.
We saved the best for last, right?
We voted democratically, so we can only blame ourselves when say voting goes horribly awry and you have 4 years of a disaster ahead of you. You just have to go, you know what? We only have ourselves to blame. Maybe some voter apathy, maybe a little, like
I was definitely apathetic. I didn't really care.
I want to see the world burn, but you just have to look into yourselves and not let it spread out to other countries. Or
Yeah. Well, at least we're not going to have to pay for internet, so that's good. Damn it. So, Rob, you want to talk about our little side project?
Sure. Yeah, I was going to say, what are we up to lately, Coach, that may involve both of us but have nothing to do with Deadzone?
Actually, it's not the both of us. It's the three of us.
That's true. It involves not Jack, though.
No.
We keep Jack out of this situation.
Well, we want to have it lowbrow, so we've decided to keep Jack out of it.
Professor Jack has to stay home so he doesn't nerd the place up with his science.
Oh, I'm sure Jack could do a show. He reads weird things. He's got stuff on there he could read.
Well, me and Jack are going to do the Guild Bowl, podcast, the two of us.
Anyways, tell people what we're talking about. We haven't actually said it yet.
Well, what Andrew did was a little while ago. He made a channel which is called the Superhero Crew, and on that channel is everything comics. So comic books, comic movies, comic cartoons, whatever your fancy is. It's basically all about cartoons and comic books and whatnot. Anything you want to do. So myself and Andrew will read some books and we'll review them and give them a rating. And Rob, why don't you tell about your special section in that channel?
Well, I've decided that they don't read enough X-Men books, so I had to step up. I was a loyal fan of listening to them, but it was just the lack of mutations on the show got me down. So I do the X Corner now, where I read all the X-Men books and then I review them. And much to my chagrin, sometimes they don't entertain me.
So you're adding a little mutation to the Superhero Crew.
That's right. We got to get the X gene in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know what? I don't know why I refuse to buy them, so Andrew buys them and I read whatever he buys. But I was a huge X-Men fan. So, and I even like the fact that Wolverine is still awesome.
That's right. That's Pat always argues with us that Wolverine sucks because he's too popular. But yes, Wolverine is still one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's what I do, and you'll hear all my opinions on that show. So, What is the? It's a Superhero Crew on YouTube. You can find it.
Yep, on YouTube, Superhero Crew.
And yes, and of course, Coach still does the Third Sphere with Tyler and Joe, and they talk all things Warpath and Firefight.
But we're gonna start. More Deadzone, more Dreadball. We're gonna, it's more of the Warpath universe.
How dare you?
Yes. Well, we figured, we're gonna class it up. We're gonna class Deadzone up now. We're not with this tripe that we do here, but that was our goal. But we're really going through Firefight because it's so new. We gotta put the word out. And
well, with new Dreadball coming out soon, you'll have a lot to talk about there too.
Yeah. Well, Rob, we'll probably get it last, but yeah.
And, of course, we're doing Deadzone the Podcast. Well, we're going to have unboxings of the Star Saga and the giant crazy box. Bobby's box of craziness.
Did you get it?
Yeah, we got that today. And it
nice.
is a giant box of craziness. We'll have to see what's inside.
Hold on. I could see into the future. You want to hear a little bit of the episode? I got it with me. Watch.
Yes, please.
Yes, crinkle, crinkle.
Crinkle, crinkle indeed.
You know what's the funny part is that we make fun of the crinkle, crinkle, and I think you edited it out, and I was like, where's the crinkle? Like, I missed the crinkle.
I'll have to add more in for next one.
You should just, you should have it like, like a typewriter in the background, just have crinkle, crinkle the whole time.
That's right. We'll have it as a bed. We'll have an audio bed of crinkle, crinkle.
The thing is that we'd have to have a Foley man there beside with like various things like a turn up and stuff, just making all the sound effects like an old timey movie. Click clop, click clop, click clop. Hey, I'm riding a horse. Click clop, click clop.
So that should be exciting. So I'm excited to see what's in there. I have no idea what's in either box because Jack won't let me open them. So
really, well, you know what? If you want, tune into Family Gamers. I already started editing the video, so it should be out before this.
Oh.
No, I'm too special.
Yeah, well, Jack. Well, yeah. Well, I came home. I was exhausted. I couldn't wait to see it. And it's like Andrew said, "Oh no, we have to do a video." So he's already. I think he's upstairs. Him and Georgie are reading the book. So
excellent.
Yeah, we're gonna do some. What would you call them? Battle reports, I guess. I don't know.
Playthroughs, I guess.
Playthroughs or something like that.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jack? What do you think?
I think I will be enjoying watching some of your playthroughs. I watched a few playthroughs already. I was watching videos of people having painted their Star Saga stuff, and I was looking, going, "Oh, a lot of people got it." And I looked and went, "Oh, this video is almost a month old." Like some of them were like rebel forces from Nicaragua had already gotten theirs, and I'm just like, okay, well, I just want to. I was watching people painting up their the devil. Salvaggio, and I'm just thinking, and I'm right now. I'm looking at my imaginary watch pantomiming my disdain, but it probably doesn't play through the medium of sound.
Well, it's not like we have any kind of media outlet or anything for.
Yeah, you should just have one of those 24-hour loose of Jack just looking at his watch.
We can make a GIF of that.
Since you won't let me, since you won't let me join the hero crew, I have nothing else to do.
Because you call it, you didn't even call it the right name, so that's why you're not in.
Hero crew.
It's because Jack's only a hero. He's not a superhero.
Oh,
right. Correct.
If I did say Alpha Flight, I would call it joining the alt flight.
No, Jesus. Anyways, I've been Rob.
And I'm Jack.
And I'm the king of tangents. They call me Coach.
And we'll be back next month for the Elite Plague. And until then, please watch everything we do and enjoy it, because that's the only reason we do it. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Not today.
Later.
That's another show down the drain. Why do you people listen to this garbage? I guess if you want the list that these people made, you can go to deadzonegame.podbean.com, and you can see a YouTube version of the show on the Family Gamer 777 channel. Yeah, I wouldn't do either, but then again, what do I know?